Is the Night Sky Guy here to come and on a watch party to see the new DART mission that NASA has, a little tiny spacecraft the size of a vending machine that's going to be smacking into an asteroid, Dimorphos, which is 11 million kilometers away from Earth. For the first time in human history, we're going to be changing the trajectory of a celestial object. It's happening live, and let's see if we can tune in with what's happening here. There we go. We've got the live images coming in.
With the team up until a few minutes ago. What is the atmosphere like in there? I can only imagine.
An image taken every second. There is a photograph being taken. Let me move my little mug off of this area, and I'll put it over here. And hopefully that won't be interfering with anything. So we are 9 minutes away, as you can see at the top of the screen there. That's a live image taken by this small vending machine-sized spacecraft. And you can see the large asteroid and the smaller asteroid. The large one is Didymos, and the small one is Dimorphos. Dimorphos orbits the larger asteroid, and the idea is to hit that smaller one and change the orbit of that smaller asteroid just a little bit. So that's what we're hopefully going to be able to do. Let's tune in and see what they're talking about in this during this interview with scientists. Let's see.
Launch, and they've been juggling a lot. Is there anything in particular that they are glued on as we enter this moment of truth?
Yeah, so the main thing they've been watching is getting to that point where we could do the precision lock, where we had good enough signal coming back and enough confidence in where we are relative to Dimorphos that we could really do that precision lock onto the target. And it's hands off now, right? We're not, the spacecraft is going to drive itself, and really focused on that, that point where they could be precision locked. And they're also thinking about looking at and reassessing continuously what's the probability of miss, right? As you get closer and closer, that probability should get smaller and smaller, and it is. It looks really, really good right now.
Well, it sounds like the game of thinking, of wondering, really doesn't end until that last second comes to pass. So they can do a lot of great up until this point. We just have to see this through to these last few minutes. Well, and in a few minutes, speaking of that, all the years of thinking, of doing, planning, reacting is finally coming to an end. From 5 minutes to impact, there will be no more opportunity to send any commands to SmartNav in the Mission Operations Center. The team will be purely spectators, the data coming in, and they are just wetting it out like the rest of us for the first time. Lori, this is huge both from an operational perspective and also an emotional one, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I mean, you can imagine, I'm really excited about it, and I've been engaged with this mission for, the last 4.5 years that I've been in my current role. But this team has been working so hard on this for so many years, and they've put so much of their energy and their time into this, and so much planning and rehearsing, and it's a really big event for them to, like you say, just counting down and watching. At this point, there's not much else they can do but watch and see the fruits of all their work.
Yeah, I've gotten to know many members of this team over the past few months, and there's a lot of alpha individuals on there, right? You need a good mix of alpha people to make sure we get to this point. I can only imagine what they're feeling. Perhaps, like you said, a little bit of relief, a little bit of, can I let this go? I have worked for this one so long, and now we can no longer do anything. That moment is just coming up.
Yeah, but I think they're ready. I think they're at that point. You're getting some shots of Elena Adams, the systems engineer, and you can see the excitement in her voice. She's so ready to show the success of this mission.
This is awesome. 5 minutes out, which we're coming up on now. The team will be hands off 2.5 minutes from impact. SmartNav, which has been guiding the spacecraft autonomously for 4 hours, will also step away, stop any maneuvers. DART will simply be coasting to its fate. This is blockbuster stuff, Lori.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We are there. Yeah.
I have front row tickets, and we are very soon about to open up these airwaves in the Mission Operations Center. We'll stay plugged in all the way through impact. Remember, at this point, 5 minutes out, no more commands to SmartNav will be possible. The team is watching it just like you.
So there we are, guys. We are just moments away, just over 5 minutes from impact. You can see the asteroid getting closer and closer to the in the field of view. It's getting larger. More details are appearing. Larger asteroid and smaller asteroid. We're impacting the smaller one, Dimorphos. The control room is at the lower left. You can see the mission engineers, controllers watching. It's basically on autopilot at this point, and they can just basically watch what the camera's showing. Don't forget, there's also hitchhiking a smaller CubeSat that is the size of a shoebox that also will be looking at the impact, the result of the impact, 3 minutes after the impact of the main spacecraft. This smaller CubeSat will be looking at what the effects are of this impact. Will we see a crater or something? We don't know. But the view that you're seeing now is directly from the spacecraft that will be impacting. So I'm looking forward to seeing those final few seconds of what we will see in terms of the terrain of the asteroid. So that should be really exciting to see. Are we going to be able to see a lot of boulders, maybe sand dunes, or what kind of terrain are we going to see up close on this asteroid? Should be really interesting to see, as just in the final moments before the impact happens. So this is going to be really exciting. Let's see. We'll tune in.
Great vibe in that Mission Operations Center right now, Lori.
It really is. They are so excited. And
this is investigation one on DT.
I'm honing in, looking at these images as we get closer and closer, and you look at Didymos, and just you're starting to see this physical body appear there. It's incredible, just incredible.
That sounds great.
I'm still having a hard time believing this is real imagery coming in near real time.
Yeah, but you've been watching it over the last 30, 45 minutes go from just being a collection of individual pixels, and now you can actually see the shape and the shading and texture of Didymos, and we're going to see that same thing with Dimorphos as we get closer and closer. This is so cool.
Never before seen images of Dimorphos will come into stark relief.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so this is just what they're saying. What's really cool is that we've never seen actually these asteroids up close before. They've looked like pinpoints of light through our telescopes here. So it's really cool. The big blob that you see on the lower left, that is Didymos. That is the large parent asteroid. And that little guy in the center of the screen is Dimorphos. That is the smaller asteroid that orbits, circles that large one. It's really cool. It's a moonlet, basically, of that larger asteroid. It's about the size of the pyramids in Egypt, if you think about it. And so it's going to be hitting that at speeds of upwards of something like 17,000 miles per hour. Really incredible stuff.
Many times tonight, humanity's first ever attempt at trying to move another celestial body, and also our first attempt ever to execute a mission in sole purpose of planetary defense. So
really interesting. You can start seeing details on the parent asteroid at the lower left. You can see some shadings modeling some brighter areas and darker areas. Remember, the sun is shining on these asteroids. It's 11 million kilometers away from Earth. And so the sun is shining on them right now, just as it does on our planet, Earth here and the other planets. So just reflecting that sunlight. And look at that. Now you're starting to see, zooming in, the smaller Dimorphos asteroid.
And on Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. 2 minutes out. Does not look like one single rock to me.
Oh, boy, we're getting close.
14,000 miles per hour, Lori.
14,000 miles per hour. And remember, 45 minutes ago, 55 minutes ago, we couldn't even resolve this object in space. And now you can see us zeroing in right on target.
And we're now dropping the clock, and we'll go by loss of signal to confirm impact.
Right. Yes. Imagine we'll get that loss of signal, and then we'll hear from Lena Adams again, and letting us know.
Loss of signal, by the way, guys, that's when basically it's hit the asteroid.
So.
That we'll stop seeing images,
starting to
obviously,
see more
because spacecraft
more
has
resolution. In
probably
fact, look at that. Didymos has
exploded
even
on the
gone out of
surface
the view.
and
We're
maybe
now
dug a
just
big
seeing
hole and
Dimorphos.
hopefully nudged that
This
asteroid
remarkable
slightly,
stuff.
ever so slightly in its orbit.
Oh my goodness, look at that.
Looks like control system settling down. Angular rates look really good. I think
Look
we're
at
going to get the
details.
investigation team some good pictures.
Great details. Yeah, the pictures are amazing.
Wow.
Look at that.
No, come on, we can do better than that.
Starting to see those individual boulders there. You can see shadows of the
Almost
various
30
rocks on the
seconds till
surface.
impact.
Oh yeah, it's getting closer, guys.
It's amazing, guys. Oh my goodness, look at that.
Oh yeah, the images are going to be
Unbelievable.
great
Yeah.
here, guys. Look at that. That's incredible.
Looks to me like we're headed straight in.
Straight in. Wow, we're actually going to hit. This is crazy. Crazy to see this. Poor little spacecraft. You kind of feel sorry for it, right?
Oh, wow.
Oh, it's getting close.
Yeah.
Remember, it's taking an image
Oh
once
my
every
goodness.
second.
8,
Yeah.
7,
Oh,
6,
wow.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
Oh, wow.
Awaiting visual confirmation.
Oh, we have one more image.
All right. We got it? Waiting.
Oh, there we go.
And we have
Every
impact. A giant leap for humanity in the name of planetary defense.
Woo. Fantastic. Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, that is great.
Oh,
What? What a moment. Very few words can really capture this moment. This is beautiful to watch.
So cool. Perfect. Imagine traveling over 306 days, 11 million kilometers away. This is
Amazing.
what a
This
team.
is
what an engineering
what a
feat.
team and what an accomplishment.
team.
Sure is.
A few weeks ago, they had their last dress rehearsal. They were getting emotional at the dress rehearsal. And they're like, "This is crazy. We're getting emotional. This is not the real thing." I can only imagine what they are feeling right now.
Yes.
So cool. Thanks for
Well, you
everyone
can see
joining
them there
in,
on
tuning
screen.
in.
They're
This
all
is
pretty
really,
excited.
really incredible
Wow.
stuff. Yeah, great
Hearing
job.
impact, the curtains close on Draco Feed. That raw joy from the team, years of hard work and the weight of expectation lifted off their shoulders. This is amazing.
Fantastic.
This is beautiful, and really,
Yeah.
this is a huge moment for the mission. Lots more work needs to happen in the days, weeks, months.
Absolutely. Now, as I always say, it's one of my favorite missions. Now is when the science starts. It starts now. Now that
Now
we've
we're trying to see what we can get
impacted,
back.
now we're going to
Has it
see for
changed?
real
We don't know
how
yet.
effective we were. We're
it
going to
changed the
train all of
orbit?
those ground-based telescopes on the Didymos Dimorphos system, and we're going to make measurements that will help us determine just what its orbit looks like now relative to what it was before. So it's going to be great. Very cool.
All right, this is when science, engineering, and a great purpose, planetary defense, come together, and it makes a magical moment like this.
Yeah.
Really.
Absolutely. And you can see so many people there that have made it happen. The team of APL engineers that have really
now they're really now
poured
the
their
hard
souls
work
into
begins
this mission.
because now they're going to have to see
Lori, any
what it
last
did.
words to mark this
what's the
historic
impact.
moment?
So we're going to be looking for images
we're
from the
embarking
secondary
on
spacecraft,
a new
that shoebox-sized
era
little
of
spacecraft that tagged
humankind.
along with the main
An
one to
era
see.
in which
It's going to look down to see if
we
there's a
potentially
crater.
have the capability
I don't know.
to
Maybe we'll
protect
get some
ourselves
images. I don't know.
from
We'll
something
see.
like dangerous, hazardous
That will
asteroid
happen 3
impact.
minutes.
What
Should
an
be
amazing
happening
thing. We've
now,
never had that
approximately. That
capability
other
before.
flyby of
Thank
the
you so much, Lori.
asteroid.
Those are
See the
poignant
results of
last
the
words.
impact. And we're also
Tahira,
going to be
history
looking
has
at what
been
the
made.
telescopes here on
Back to
Earth
you.
and the Hubble Space Telescope watching, what it's seeing as well.
I mean, what an exciting day for the DART team. And in case you're keeping score, humanity 1, asteroids 0. Now, I'm Nancy Chabot, DART coordination lead. Nancy, talk about a moment to catch on camera. What is going through your head right now?
I mean, I'm just thinking, wow, that was amazing, wasn't it? I mean, those images, you just got closer and closer. And sort of we've been playing planning for this moment. We've been talking about it for years. At APL here, we've been working on this since 2015. And I knew, I've been talking, these are the images that we're going to see, and they're going to be spectacular. And I think even then they exceeded my expectations of just zooming in like that. And, you know, it really is just such the team accomplishment, and to get to this moment over so many years. And I don't have to talk about it as coming anymore. It's happened now. We have done this.
It's happened. It's just incredible that as humans, like, we have done this. We did this. And Nancy, do you have anything you'd like to say to the teams who made tonight possible?
Oh, I mean, I don't need to say anything to the teams, because I know everybody is really proud to be part of this, right? Proud of this thing that we've been working on for years, you know, and even before 2015, internationally, people wanted to do this. People wanted to take this first test. And then we finally did. Partners across the United States. We have actually 28 countries represented on our investigation team of scientists, telescopes on all 7 continents, everybody doing their part to make this moment happen. I know I'm really honored on this team, and I know other people on the team feel the same way.
As you should, Nancy. And I mean, there's a lot to celebrate here tonight. And so now that we have confirmed impact, can you let us know what's next for this mission?
Well, I mean, I think I'm still taking a moment here, you know, because this is a big deal. And this was a really hard technology demonstration to hit a small asteroid we've never seen before and do it in spectacular fashion. But I know other scientists on the team, like me, are already pointing at those images, being like, did you see that boulder? Did you see that smooth area? Did you see the shape? What does that mean? And Lychee Cube is like flying by right about now. This approach, like taking images, and they're storing them, and we'll get those in the next days. Telescopes here and in space are looking. They're looking at the brightening of the rock that's thrown off from that spectacular collision that we saw. And this is going to go on for weeks. And so there's still a lot of excitement to come, but nothing to take.
So there you go, guys. I heard her say that it'll be a few days before we get the small little shoebox-sized spacecraft that's flying by this right now by the asteroid. So we have to wait for that to see the image of the impact site itself. What happened once the big spacecraft smashed into the asteroid, to see if it created a crater, what the result was. We'll wait a few days for that.
It's not just in the United States that's focusing on this. So can you expand a little on that?
Yeah, I mean, planetary defense is really an international issue. We are all on this planet together, right? I mean, and I think it's been so great for this mission to really start and embrace that international cooperation for planetary defense, so that we can maximize what we learn. And this idea came about from international scientists talking to each other, working together, you know, in order to make this moment happen for NASA's Planetary Defense Coordination Office, building the spacecraft here at APL. But really, scientists around the world are ready to study the, what did we do to DeMorph, but more importantly, what does that mean for potentially applying this in the future? I mean, DART really is just the start. It's just the first planetary defense test mission. It was spectacular, and it's accomplished, and we'll figure out how effective it was. That's really what we'll learn in the next weeks to come. All right, we hit this asteroid. Now, how effective was that at deflecting it, and what would that mean for using it?
Yeah, there's still so much to unpackage here. And so we have a special guest who is wondering, you know, more of what's next for this big mission. So let's hear from her now.
Hey everyone, I'm Danny Hansen, American Paralympic rower and hydro athlete. And first, I would congratulate the entire DART team on crossing the finish line. So congratulations. And with that, here's my question. Now that DART has impacted, how will you know if the spacecraft has actually changed the asteroid's orbit?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I mean, so this is a double asteroid system. So all we've done here actually is change slightly how Dimorphos goes around Didymos, right? And the telescopes on the Earth have studied this for years. So we knew it used to be 11 hours and 55 minutes. What is it going to be now? And so the telescopes are going to measure that period change. And they're so good at this. They've done it for decades already to get us to that. And they're going to work for the next weeks and make that measurement. And when we have it, we're going to be sure to share it with everybody to see how much we did deflect this asteroid with the DART collision.
Wow. Well, Nancy, I mean, it's time for you to celebrate. So congratulations on everything tonight, and go DART.
Oh, go DART.
Now, according to the NASA models, what I've read is that the expectation is that it'll shorten the orbit of the smaller asteroid Dimorphos by about 1%, shorter time that it'll take to circle the larger asteroid. That's the difference. Here's the administrator of NASA.
You really did this one very well. It's been a successful completion of the first part of the world's first planetary defense test. And there were years of hard work. There was a lot of innovation and creativity that went into this mission. And I believe it's going to teach us how one day to protect our own planet from an incoming asteroid. I look forward to learning all about what's happening from the observatories so they can tell us about the changes in this asteroid's orbit. So thank you, international team. We are showing that planetary defense is a global endeavor, and it is very possible to save our planet.
All right.
That was eloquent. Joining me right now are Deputy NASA Administrator Pam Melroy and APL Director Ralph Semmel. Thank you both for me. Pam, I'll start with you.
So, guys, this is really good. I think we'll stop it there. But basically, we'll get more results in the coming days as the small little shoebox-sized satellite is going to be moving past the Dimorphos, the small asteroid the size of an Egyptian pyramid, to look down to see the actual change in the surface. We're also using telescopes on the ground and the Hubble Space Telescope to look at how long it takes to circle the larger asteroid. If it's changed in time that it takes, then we know that the impact had an effect. And again, the whole purpose of this, why we're doing this, is in a safe mode. This asteroid has no chance of coming to hit Earth. Even if we change the orbit, it has nothing to do with it. We're at a safe distance. That's why they chose this as a test site. The whole idea behind this is to see if we can deflect an asteroid, nudge it to the side if there's one that we find that's coming towards Earth one day. It's not a question of if, but when a large asteroid might be heading towards Earth. It's happened in the past innumerable times. Some of them are really catastrophic, and some globally, and some are really devastating in a very regional, small, localized way. And so if we can nudge an asteroid to the side way before it arrives, instead of a direct hit, it'll mean a clear miss. And that's what we want to do. And we have the technology to save the planet. It's absolutely amazing. We're doing this first test of its kind ever attempted by humanity. I think it'll lead to a lot more in the future. So stay tuned, guys. I'll be posting perhaps updates if I receive and I see something on my feed that tells us what the resulting images are. I'd love to share that with you. So I'm hoping that we'll see stuff like this. This was in the last few moments. They're just replaying it on NASA. It was a fantastic event. I'm so glad you guys joined me. It was so much fun seeing this. These final images, look at that. Isn't that incredible? Look, those were the final moments before the impact. Incredible. Look at all those boulders and boom, that's the final last images before it smashed into the asteroid. There you go. That was the end. And there you go, folks. That was a great time. Thanks for joining me for this watch party, guys. It was amazing watching the DART mission impact for the first time an asteroid, testing a planetary defense system, perhaps one day saving our planet with something just like this or a derivative of this kind of test. It was fantastic. I hope we get to do this again soon. If you've never been to my channel, welcome. I'm Andrew Fazekas, the Night Sky Guy. I do a night sky show every Monday talking about what you can see in the night sky from your backyard, wherever you are around the world. And sometimes I do special live streams like this one when there's some really cool things happening. I love to share this with all of you. Thanks so much for joining. If you like this video, live stream, Please give me a thumbs up on my on this video. Subscribe to my channel, whether you're watching on YouTube, on Facebook, or Twitter, or Twitch. Sign up and you won't miss my next video. And until then, I wish all of you guys clear skies as always. Thanks for joining me, and I hope to see you next week. Bye-bye.